Bueno, pues aquí estamos en otro vídeo que vamos a hacer. Estoy entre esta, la de Forastero en Tierra Extraña, o la de la electricidad. Que en principio yo creo que vamos a hacer la de la electricidad mejor. Para aquí tenemos que desviar el suministro eléctrico, pero en vez de esa haremos la opcional, la de hablar con el vicario.
If you're falling sick, I don't want you near me.
Que estará por aquí.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Ahora aquí.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town? Not to put too fine a point on it, but your choice of wardrobe is not precisely common hereabouts. Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, a wild-eyed frenzy, like a trapped animal. Pretty universal here, except for Ms. Holcomb, who for some reason doesn't seem to have much to say to me. Isn't that right?
It's just... there's more to it all than numbers. Sorry.
Oh, nothing could be further from the truth. I'm simply bemoaning the level of spiritual awareness in this town. Yes it is. But it's my job, and I take it very seriously. I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. These are good, hard-working people here.
What?
Ver a ver.
I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked her to do? That seems well within your expertise.
The way we do it's by cutting off power to the others. The ones who left.
Adelaide McDevitt's encampment. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
Bueno, vamos a preguntarle para qué quiere el
I
libro.
just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption. It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it. Thank you. If you retrieve it, you
También
can
iremos a
always
buscar el
find
libro.
me here.
Tenemos que ir allá atrás a ver qué hay. Ah, es la salida. A ver que vean las misiones. Y vamos a buscar el libro, que no creo que se haga muy larga la misión. Y luego haremos la electricidad. Supuestamente para lo del libro nos debe pillar de camino. Sé que no había visto a esto. A ver, vale, tengo puntos de talento disponibles. Ahora los miraremos. Vale, cuando llegue la tecnología a 40, que nos desbloquea una tercera ranura, luego voy a empezar a subir diálogo, me parece. Sobre todo para persuasión. Espera un momento. Ahí, que hay que aplicar los talentos. Vale, hay que recuperar el diario, que está bastante lejos. No, no vamos a dormir. ¿A dónde llevará esto? Pues que pide 30... No, 10 pide. No, no. Lo voy a dejar. No, sí que hay muertos por aquí. Y de armas tenemos bastante, bueno. Y de peso casi al límite. Vamos a romper cositas. Estas también, que están muy repetidas. Esta que tiene como un diamante y la voy a dejar. Vale, aquí también vamos a romper algo, a ver. Este me da no es armadura. A ver, este lo vamos a dejar de momento. Vale, de momento. Vale, todo esto también ocupa peso. Vamos a ver. Esto igual. Va, esto no. Bueno, al menos vamos con algo menos de peso. Suerte que no tiene mucho alcance esa explosión, que si no.
Wow.
Vale, con el bricario no vamos a volver, así que iremos a hacer... Vale, aquí me fijo en la vida, así que me ha dado la mina. Supongo, ¿no? Vamos a hacer esta, a ver si podemos reprogramar. Espera que lea bien yo la misión. Vale, pues a ver si podemos reprogramar los robots. A ver, espérate. Vale, pues ahora vamos al otro lado. Por aquí no era, ¿no? Ahora que me voy a perder yo. Claro, a ver si los robots no nos atacan. Pues quizás pueda robarle algo. Pensaba que no nos atacaría. Tú aparta del medio.
That's the last of them.
Qué mal, pero bueno. Hostia. A ver quién te ataca. Bueno, nos esperamos de aquí y vamos a otro lugar. Habrá que dar la vuelta, supongo. Habrá algún camino por aquí.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you.
A ver qué nos cuenta.
Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those. Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you. Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind. You don't know what enough with the questions means? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Venga, va. A ver si la encontramos.
Appreciate it. Honest. I'll tell you what I can. Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does. Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. Got no useful skill as far as I could tell. Marauder gang just moved into the districts a little ways east. Their numbers are growing. Gotta come from somewhere. What is it?
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots. It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject. Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? I can't say I blame you. Reed is positively soporific. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans? Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip him out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do. You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Miss Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them. Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
Venga, vamos a ayudarle quizá. Porque es verdad que el lugar ese no parece muy bueno. Va, aquí no vamos a robar nada. Puedo hablar con la gallina. Uy. Habrá que buscar algún sitio por el que pasar. A ver, por aquí.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Keep your wits about you, friend. If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Toma, a ver.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, how are you? Hi, hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town. Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
Pues vaya.
I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged. I wish I knew. I wager the town had the full set once upon a time. Where the third's gone, I can't say. Would you? I'd be grateful.
Vale, acabo de ver que sí que hacen daño. Coño, hay otra mina. O sea, que me voy a morir. Espérate con las minas. Espero que no hayan más.
We can handle this! Nice one! I've gotta hurt! That's the last of them!
Ah, para que la chica que hablaba antes estuviera por aquí encerrada. Ya haremos la misión esa también aparte. Bueno, no tiene pinta, a no ser que esté muerta. Vale, pues haremos lo que ha dicho. ¿Para qué se me van a partir las piernas? Haremos lo que ha dicho la tía esa de quitarle la electricidad de la ciudad y pasarla a esos desertores. Lo que aquí el problema está en que si hago eso, claro, las misiones secundarias de donde tengo que entrar al pueblo, quizás luego no las puedo hacer. Así que vamos a hacer primero la secundaria. Vamos a volver con el vicario. Y luego ya haremos las otras. Bueno, esto más que nada por precaución de no dejar ninguna misión sin hacer ni nada. Vale, por aquí no podemos salir, creo, ¿no? A ver. Ah, no, que está aquí el tío dentro. A ver si me iba la olla. Aquí.
Any progress on that matter we discussed? Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn. Well, yes. But I assure you, it was not for personal gain, only for the greater good. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted. Bocconu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony. Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the philosophist perversion of Bocconu's thoughts came more than a century after his death. Please. As if my life should have no greater meaning than proselytizing to a bunch of feeble-minded wretches.
Vaya.
Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the true nature of reality with people who have no interest beyond their next Aetherwave program. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew. Certainly. I already gave you most of my money, but I can offer you free spiritual counseling, and I'd be happy to watch your back. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand, if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well. Fantastic. Let me get my things in order and I'll catch up with
Sí,
you.
espero que la otra tía no nos
Edgewater's
siga.
gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery and to leave this place behind. I shall see you on the ship, Captain, whenever you're ready to leave Emerald Vale.
Ah, vale. Vamos a subir los talentos. Vale, esto ya tenemos 40. Y ahora subiremos un poco el diálogo, creo yo. O defensa. No, diálogo creo yo mejor. Así las conversaciones nos puede ir mejor. Ah, y eso, la otra misión. Vamos a mirar primero este de aquí.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
Vale, el piso de arriba. Espérate, no, vamos a subir por esto, mejor. Hostia, que he robado, no me he dado cuenta. Me hace falta pirateo, a ver. Ah, pero hay esto que me quita 8. Eso es porque tengo que cambiar la armadura, creo. Ah, no. Pues no sé qué era, que me quitaba pirateo. Mira, tengo uno disponible, a ver. Ah, me faltan 5 ventajas de aquí. Hostia, no sé qué coger. Voy a coger ese para que la armadura dure más. Vale, bueno. A ver si podemos ir al lado. Es que a lo mejor hay que subir en la... ¿Dónde está el jefe? Digamos. Bueno, voy a mirar por aquí. Ah, vale, no. A ver qué encontramos por aquí.
You're fast.
No me verá nadie, ¿no? Aquí que robe. Vale, solo hay este de aquí. Ah, pues hay que salir. Bueno. Este vídeo parece que será un poquito más largo, pero bueno, como el otro fue un poco más corto, pues compensamos con este. A ver, un segundo, que me fije yo bien en las misiones. Vale, pues vamos a ir primero a esta de la derecha, que está un pelín más cerca, parece. Vale. Bueno, pues ya tenemos el segundo y ahora a por el otro. Aquí nos marca algo debajo, a ver. Bueno, era la salida. A ver que era el otro que estaba a 200 metros. A ver si con suerte está por ahí el libro. Habrá que bajar. Vale. A ver qué se cuenta este.
What's eating you?
Va, nada nuevo. Pues nos vamos. Y ahora ya cuando tengamos las misiones secundarias completadas, pues vamos a ir a cambiar la electricidad para que se vaya hacia los desertores. O sea, yo creo que me he perdido ya. ¿Por aquí habrá algo? Ah, no. Antes de ir a entregarla, vamos a mirar. A ver si esta queda muy lejos. Vale, de momento parece que no.
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too. Something I can help you with? You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off. Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions. Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd. Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day. Hey, I got time. Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
La verdad es que hombre, esta arma está bien, 70 de daño. Pero es muy caro. Le voy a vender cosillas. A ver. Lo que me da muy poca pasta, pero bueno. Ah, está en su casa. A ver qué dice. Página 12. A ver. Página 22. O sea, el gran día. Destino. O sea que se ha hecho... Se habrá que ir a buscarla. Bueno, ya que estamos aquí, entregamos la otra misión. Que creo que no estaba muy lejos. A ver. A ver ahí.
Any luck finding one of those manuals? No kidding. Really? Well, which one? Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special. Well, don't keep me in suspense. Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Well, don't keep me in suspense. The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati. I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
A ver qué me da. Superficie electrificada. Vale. Vale, vamos a buscar a la Zoe. A ver qué ha ocurrido con ella. No podemos esquivar esta parte. Así que bueno, los voy a matar. A ver si está aquí dentro. Bueno, a ver si hay suerte y hay algo bueno. Maqueta de nave espacial. Hostia, que me pillan. A ver qué armadura, Vale, es la misma que tengo. Nada. Hostia, me un montón. Igual le he cagado, ¿no? A ver qué pasa ahora con la Zoe.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways. What, you mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen. I'm great at clarifying. I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them. I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma. No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit. I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it. I've got all the time in Halcyon. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong. I doubt that. Nobody in that camp really cared about me. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Also, he could carry on a conversation, unlike these hooligans. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is going to be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to. I'm great at clarifying.
Vale, creo que he hecho bien en no coger la opción de decirle que tenía una sorpresa, porque si vuelve, podrá dar la sorpresa sin que lo sepa. Ah, vale, pues vamos a ir a hablar con la tía. Joder, bueno, nada.
What is it? We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway?
Vamos a poner la segunda.
You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Vale, pues ahora sí, vamos a por la de electricidad. Yo espero que no me explote más minas por el camino. Dios, ya iba a explotar una. El ruido que hace cuando caes de una altura así un poco alta, que si parece que se rompe el pie, da como un poco de clima. Lo que vamos a hacer es pasar la electricidad del pueblo a donde los desertores. Espero no cagarla, pero bueno, en fin, vamos a ver qué ocurre. A ver. Es que no sé si me ha dado la opción de... Vale, vamos al siguiente. Es que a ver si me da la opción de elegir a dónde quiero desviarlo. Para que... Para eso, para ponerlo... Del pueblo al otro lado. O sea, esto me toca... Ah, no, está muerto. A ver, aquí. Vale, volvemos al otro lado, a ver.
Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all.
A ver qué me dice.
I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
A ver.
Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred? Well, that sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way.
Hostia, no sé qué hacer ahora.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Venga, va. Me voy a arriesgar y voy a poner lo que dije al principio de suministrar la electricidad al laboratorio botánico. Porque ahí parece que al menos se portan mejor con la gente que pasa hambre y tal. A ver si ahora me va a odiar. Al igual le he cagado, no lo sé, pero bueno. Me subo un poco por si acaso. Y a distancia también. Bueno, vale. Ah, vale, sí. Vamos a coger eso. Tengo que ir por ese lado. A ver. Del regulador de corriente nos hace falta. Espérate a ver si es una misión que no la he cogido. Bueno, vamos a ver. Quizás me atacan ahora los del pueblo de ahí. No, por aquí no había salida, creo. Vamos a ver lo que nos espera aquí. Que mira, está todo apagado. Igual la he liado, que flipas. Voy a mirar la reputación, a ver, espera. Bueno, me ha subido un poco la negativa. Estado actual, amistad. Bueno, de momento no parece que sea muy mala. Vamos a ver.
You want to know what gets my bile churning? Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters. Plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do it?
Venga, vamos a poner la tercera. Ahí en plan agresivo.
Is that right? I'm dying to hear this. Please, educate me. Adelaide wants nothing more than to see this town suffer. To see me suffer. All you've done.
Uy, igual no lo he
satisfied her hatred.
No sé si
Whatever you
sería...
were hoping to
A ver,
find
espérate.
down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted with orders to fire on you. Apologies won't give us our lives back. But for what it's worth, I am sorry too.
Intimidación 30, pero no llego. Creo que justo la subí...
Edgewater's dead. Our cannery's dead. Adelaide's deserters are never coming back. Spacer's Choice will shut us down before long. Some of us will die of illness by then. Some will move on. Some will starve. And as for me, I will tender my resignation.
Bueno, pues habrá que matarlos.
Whereupon I
Espero
shall
que no
be
sean
processed
muchos.
and then duly imprisoned for gross incompetence.
Voy a coger aquí la pistola esta que hace bastante daño. Lo que ahora no me acuerdo cuál era. Tú me quieres matar.
Here they come!
Creo que no he cogido el arma aquel. ¿Has matado a esta? Hostia, se ha muerto. Ah, no, vale, ya se ha levantado, menos mal. A ver si el armadura que nos han dado está bien. No, 4 de armadura, qué poco. Y 16. No, ¿cuál era ahora? Esto. Y de armas, que antes pensaba que había cogido, claro, esta pistola. No, que la estoy liando. Vale, la ametralladora. A ver, es esta pistola la de... Ah, esta es ella. A ver por aquí. Ah, tengo que volver a la misión. Vale, fallidas no hay ninguna de momento. Pues nada, vamos a ir a la nave. A ver si encuentro dónde está mi nave. Ah, aquí era. Vale, pues me voy a alejar un poco. No, este no. Que me lío. Vale, aquí.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship. Working on a real engine. Belonging to a proper crew. Edgewater won't last another season without power, but that don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. Company expects me back at my post. I have imagined it, but until you came along, I never thought I had the choice. I want to ask you something, and you can say no.
Sí, sí, esta no la llevamos.
Can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Venga, va.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain. I can't stop thinking on Edgewater, Captain. I'm glad the deserters are gonna be alright now they got power, but what about the town? All those people. He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda.
Hostia, no sé qué opción poner. Vamos a poner la tercera, va, que me hace gracia.
Thomas always listened to me. Never said I was odd, never tried to... I just... You mean about the mission being too clean? I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one that ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass. It just comes off cold to me, is all.
Bueno, vamos a coger la nave ya.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship.
Captain, I have detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part to hasten their demise. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you.
Vale, pues vamos a instalar eso.
What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Venga, nos esperamos. Muchas chispas, a ver si va a explotar la nave.
Communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design. Cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Vale. Pues, ¿qué haremos? A ver. Va, está ahí arriba. A ver cómo subimos. Ah, por aquí, vale.
Would you like a reminder on when your next shower is scheduled? Just to warn you, we may have a bedbug infestation. I am investigating non-toxic extermination measures. Non-toxic to you, I mean.
Vale, tenemos un robot ahí que...
My camo sensors are picking up a rich array of hydrocarbons.
Y aquí es el
Have
motor.
you ever seen such a beautiful engine? She's a custom specification.
Vamos a coger esto. Y supongo que habrá que ir a... aquí.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Ah, no, pues... Espérate que lea yo la misión. A ver dónde tenemos que ir. Ah, mira. Ah, vale. En la colonia de Alción.
Welcome back, Captain. How
A ver
can
qué
I
hablé
be
yo
of
sobre el robot.
assistance? The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate.
Bueno, el vídeo lo voy a dejar aquí, que si no se hará ya demasiado largo. Y en el próximo iremos a ver al tío ese para que nos dé la clave que dice. y lo del robot. Así que nada, que vaya muy bien y ya nos vemos.